Hej och välkomna till Play One Legacy. Idag ska jag spela spelet The Deed som är då ett spel jag ska spela för To Beat or Not To Beat. Det ska gå snabbt att klara det här spelet så vi får se hur det funkar. Det är ett Pilgrim Adventures så vi ska köra introt. Ja, Escape då. Var det ett intro? med typ med options och sånt. Skottland, november 1945. Okej, så att det är My name is Aaron Bruce, son of Malcolm Bruce and rightful heir to Dunshill House. Ja. I have recently discovered that my tyrant of a father intends to disinherit me in favor of my deranged younger sister. Okay, my relationship with my family is strained to say the least. I have decided that the time has come for my sister to be removed from this ghastly equation. I intend to put her out of her misery. Unfortunately, my sister never leaves the confines of Dunshill House, which makes the matter more complicated. Så läser jag nästan whore. I have not visited the family home in quite some time. I can't bear to be in that hellhole for long. Vem är det som är deranged? However, my presence on the night of my father's 50th birthday will cause no suspicion. I must choose the timing and method of the deed very carefully. Tonight is the night. I go and it's done. The bell invites me. Jag ska döda min syster då. Och spelet ska ta 30 minuter. Kommer jag klara att göra det här på 30 minuter? Eller det kanske är typ en walking simulator. För jag har inte fått göra någonting än så länge förutom att läsa dialog. Bloody hell, George! Who has been responsible for maintaining the gardens? Used to be Big Jack Willis, sir. He's been dead almost a year now. Okej, de pratar ju Scottish. Så det kommer jag inte härma. I do a little here and there. Can't do much on account of my bad back though. My sister hasn't offered to help you then. Miss Jennifer isn't really the outdoor type, sir. I know, George. It was a joke. Very funny, sir. Let's go inside before the ocean comes to Dunshill. Ja. Då går vi in där innan havet kommer till Dunshill. Homecoming. Converse with your relatives and search the house for useful objects. Objects are divided into two categories, items of evidence and weapons. You will only be allowed to pick up 2 objects from around the house before dinner commences, so choose wisely. After dinner you will have the chance to plant an item of evidence if you wish, and then commit the murder. There are many ways to do the deed, but only the cunning will succeed. Jag kommer inte påstå att jag har klarat spelet om jag inte kommer undan med det. Så jag kommer inte säga att jag har klarat spelet om jag blir påkommen. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? Only if I can take your dress. Nej, vi ska inte vara vulgära. Yes, take this blasted wet thing off me. You're new, aren't you? Sophia is my name. I recognize you from your picture, Mr. Aaron. I'm not new exactly. I've been employed by your family for almost a year. It's just that you have never visited before. I have been busy. My work keeps me very busy, unfortunately. I understand. I've been away from my family a lot since I started this job. You are here now and I'm sure you are eager to meet with the others. Your father is in the library on your left and your mother is in the parlour which is on your right. Tack för att du förklarar mitt hus för mig. Your sister is upstairs in her room, I think. And where can I find you, my pretty? Nu kan du väl flirta lite då. And what if I want to join you for some pleasant company? Oh, I will be in the kitchen preparing the dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. Det var professionellt. Bra. Okej. Och på övervåningen är min syster. One of your mother's prized golden candlesticks sits at the central table. It would certainly make for an elegant traditional murder weapon. Skulle det? Okej. Vi lämnar den for now. This old stone fireplace has nothing to... Nej, men varför kan jag titta på den då? The wooden side table is currently empty. Okej. Vi går in här då. Tjena. I see you made it, Aaron. Forgive me if I don't stand. Your mere presence has almost given me a heart attack. Hello, mother. Please sit down if you want to talk properly, Aaron. I don't want you to crane my neck. I know, sorry. I don't want to crane my neck looking up at you. Förlåt, vad sa du det sista? Skulle jag sätta mig? Var det du sa? So, Aaron, you finally managed to make it up here for a visit. Please tell me you aren't just here to cause trouble. Whatever do you mean? I have no idea what you mean, mother. I am here to celebrate father's birthday, is all. I certainly hope that is the case. This family has been through enough. Have you been up to see your sister yet? She has been going through an unusual difficult time recently. What's wrong with her this time? Oh, and what disease has she invented for herself now? She only does it for attention, you know. You shouldn't let her deceive you. You'll excuse me if I choose to trust the doctors over your expert opinion, Aaron. You could at least pretend as though you care about her. Anyway, you should go and talk to your father, if you haven't already. Wish him a happy birthday. Oh, and at least try to sound like you mean it. Okay, mother. I'll just grab this book and cut my sister's throat then. You glance over your shoulder to make sure your mother isn't looking. The red book on the desk says diary on the front. Take your mother's diary. Are you sure you want to take the diary? Remember, you can only pick up 2 objects. Nej, okej, vi lämnar den där så länge. Men det finns en diary. Vad har vi här då? You don't need to make any phone call right now. Nej, okej. Då går vi till far. Even now the familiar musty smell of your father's library fills you with dread as you step inside. You have too many bad memories of this room. Jaha, det låter mörkt. Fram och titta på hunden då. Your father's best friend, a hunting dog named Beastie. The dog looks at you for a moment, then walks away when it realizes you have no food. Sure. Hello, father. Haha, hur visste jag att han skulle säga? Your father remains silent for several moments and a chill seems to pass through the library. When he finally speaks, it is in a quiet and bitter tone. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? To see you, of course, father. Happy birthday. It's obvious why I'm here. Varför när man har såna här alternativ, varför svarar de någonting annat än det man klickar? Varför har man gjort så med den här typen av spel? Fattar inte jag. Happy? You honestly think this is a happy day for me? Another day when I can watch my life's work crumble into nothing? Another day to see our bloodline slit its own throat? You know how to make me happy. Move back to Dunchill. Take your proper place and do your damn duty. Nu ska vi se. Men vi håller oss oskyldiga. It's too late, father. I have my own life now. My own home. My own job. Damn them both to hell. Do you think your pathetic little life really means anything? You are the last of... No, sorry. You're the last of a noble dynasty that stretches back hundreds of years. What does your life mean next to that? Everything. You're the same snot-nosed brat you always were, boy. Obviously, I didn't give you enough. Give you? I didn't give you enough discipline as a child. Oh, you bait me plenty, I remember. You gave me dozens of beatings, father. I remember every single one of them. Did you ever consider trying another method, perhaps? Not for a moment. You were always a snide little weasel. The best I could do was to beat some of it out of you. You should be thanking me for it, not trying to condemn me. I think I have heard enough from you. Get out of here! Okej. Kan man inte mörda sin pappa då? Jag har en dagbok. Vad har jag här? Jag kan sätta mig här. When your father isn't looking, you quietly open the top drawer of the desk and take a look inside. It seems to be filled with his memorial. One of the items sends a shiver through your bones. The cruel letter toss your father used to beat you with when you were a child. Perhaps if you planted it in the right place, it might raise questions. Ja, eftersom det är formulerat så antar jag att det är det. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Det är lite ledande det här, tycker jag. You grabbed toss... är det en piska eller vad är det? The texture of which brings back unpleasant memories. You quickly hide it in your person and close the drawer. Så då har jag den där piskan. Ska vi se vad vi har i köket. Vi ska se vad... walk in the pantry, you begin to salivate. The promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen beyond. Ja, jag tänkte att jag ska snacka lite med... Vad är det här? You find nothing interesting. Okej, vänta. Interesting in the drawers. On top of the cabinet, however, you see a blue box marked rat poison. Om jag tar råttgiftet och använder som vapen för att mörda min syster, då är ju bevismaterialet vad det nu är jag har. Ett objekt. Inte det rätta. Nej, det är inte rätt typ av grej liksom för att sätta dit min far. Men om jag sätter dit den här husan istället då. Oh, hello Mr. Aaron. Is there something I can do for you? Men nu har jag tagit pappans grej här. I'm sure. Nu ska jag in och ragga. Yes, there is something you can do for me. You can pucker up those pretty lips of yours and give me a kiss. Mr. Aaron, please, that is highly inappropriate. Don't pretend like you don't enjoy the attention. Vad håller jag på med nu? Stop being a teasing. Please, Mr. Aaron. You must stop this improper behavior at once. Otherwise I will be forced to call someone. I'm sorry, I must get back to work now. I will ring the bell when dinner is ready. Ja, så han är ett svin helt enkelt. Det är inte jag som spelar. It seems the maid has left a sharp kitchen knife unattended. How foolish of her. Lämna den där. Vänta lite nu. Alltså om jag ska ha ett mordvapen så är det väl typ det bästa jag kan ha. Ja, jag kunde inte titta först i huset liksom. Dinner is about ready now. I will ring the bell to call everyone. Okay. Dinner is served. Sophia, could you come here for a moment? Yes, ma'am. Pour me some more wine. Yes, ma'am. But, madam... Oh, what is it, George? I must protest. It has always been my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being overly pedantic. But I... Don't you think you had enough, mother? Do you let the staff speak to you like that? Come on, let George pour the wine. Det är något på gång här ju. Ja. Just let him pour the damn wine, would you? It's his job. You stay out of it, boy. If your mother wants the girl to pour the damn wine, then the girl will pour the damn wine. Of course, sir. My apologies. An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why can't you ever keep your mouth shut, boy? No, don't lose your temper, father. I'll show you a scene. Get over here. Malcolm, please let's not permit his behavior to ruin dinner. Yes, I suppose you're right. You can count your luck stars, boy. No, luck stars? I mean lucky stars, boy. Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer. I just want... Vilka konstiga röster de har, va? I just want to say that I just wanted to say that was the loveliest meal I've ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You are too kind, miss. Of course I will have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you are so good to me, you sweet thing. So very, very good to me. I wouldn't mind some of your hot cakes. Huh? Would you two stop flirting with each other? Sophia isn't interested in your advances, sister. Ja, sluta flirta. I'm sorry, Mr. Aaron. I never... Shush, rat. Go crawl into a hole somewhere. That's quite enough of your silly jokes, Aaron. Anyway, let's not forget why we are here today. To celebrate your father's birthday, such a very important occasion for us all. You are so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it will be one to remember. Okay, doing the deed. Now it is time to quickly plant any items of evidence you have. To do so, simply enter the desired room and select the item in your inventory. When you're ready, enter the drawing room to do the deed. Okej. Så jag vet inte ens vad det är som... Alltså vad det är jag har i handen. För jag vet inte vad det är. Jag förstår inte vad det är. Men om jag tittar här. The wooden side table is currently empty. Jag kan inte stoppa den där då. Nej, okej. Men kan jag inte lägga mitt evidence någonstans? Okej, ska jag gå in i ett annat rum? Om jag sätter... Vad är det här? Liksom, vad är detta? Vad är det här för rum? Nej, jag kan inte göra något så. Är detta the drawing room? Ja, det måste det vara, va? Den som är i högra hörnet. Okej. Vad ska jag göra med mitt bevismaterial? Ska jag stoppa tillbaka det i pappans rum? Nej, den måste vara någon annanstans, eller? Eller mer synlig kanske. Kan jag stoppa den på ett synligt ställe? These shells are labeled British history. Men hur kommer jag åt mitt inventory då? Items. Vad är det här? Tas. When your father used to beat you, he never even repeated the old cliché. This hurts more than it hurts me more than it hurts you. Do you want to plant this item of evidence in this room? Ja. Of some consideration you decide to tuck the item into the bookshelf between two dusty volumes. Surely the police will find it there. Okej. Och sen ska jag in i the drawing room då och göra the deed. Are you sure you want to enter the drawing room? Once inside, there is no turning back. Ja, men vad ska jag annars göra liksom? You see Jennifer staring out of the window ahead of you, lost in one of her strange moods. She hasn't noticed you enter the drawing room. Now is the time. Choose Alltså hade jag vetat det här med bare hands så hade jag kanske använt råttgiftet ändå. Jag vet, det kommer ju vara mycket mer stabs än vad... Your sister lets out a shriek as you grab her from behind and shove the knife into her back. You silence her cries with one hand over her mouth. Twisting the blade, you then let her limp body fall to the ground along with the bloody knife. Along with the bloody knife? Surely someone will come to investigate the noise soon. You need to get out of this room. Okej. Han är... Ja, jag sticker upp. Här ska jag... It sounds like my deed has been discovered. Ja. Och då kommer... good evening everyone, I am Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand that this is a difficult time for your family. You're damn right it is. I want to know what you're doing wasting time in here while my daughter's killer is still out there. Well, Mr. Bruce, we have found no evidence of forced entry, and nobody was seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible, then, that the killer is in this room. What? No. That seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I will have to interview each of you in turn. Mrs. Bruce, would you like to meet me in the library first? I suppose so. The interview. Thank you for joining me in here, Mr. Bruce. Ska jag gäspa också mitt i en video? Förlåt. Thank you. Okay. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. As you know, I have already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We have also now completed our initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First of all, we will run through all of your activities since your arrival. The maid says that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 o'clock and she greeted you at the door. The maid says that you made a rather inappropriate remark of a sexual nature towards her. This leads me to question your character, I'm afraid. It was only intended as a harmless joke. Yes, it is entirely possible to misjudge these situations, isn't it? Later you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? To see when dinner would be ready. That makes sense. She claims that you attempted to sexually assault her in the kitchen. That's a ridiculous accusation. Det här är ju kört för mig. Varför ska jag alltid klicka runt på såna här grejer när jag spelar? I see. Later on you had a conversation with your mother Gloria in the parlor. At that time, your mother brought up the subject of your sister's health and you seemed quite unconcerned about it. It's not in my nature to show my concern. I was tired of hearing about my sister's health. It seems a bit uncaring of you. You went to see your father in the library. I understand your conversation became quite heated. My father has always had a temper. Actually, I thought many of our conversations go that way. Would you say he has a violent temper? Absolutely. I see, that's good to know. You discussed the prospect of your moving back to Donchill. You refused to do so under any circumstances, I understand. Of course, I have already made a life elsewhere. Of course not, that's completely understandable. Did you speak to your sister before dinner? No, I did not. Very well then, let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. I understand there was an argument involving the butler. You felt he was being treated unfairly. De har inte varit snälla mot servants. Indeed. It was good of you to do so, Mr. Men du ska väl inte ha någon värdering i det här? I gather that your father rather lost his temper at one point. Just the usual, he always loses his temper. Your father often loses his temper at dinner? My father loses his temper no matter where he is. I see. At one point, you made the accusation that the maid and your sister were in some sort of inappropriate relationship. I never accused them of anything. Jag har inget minne av. Everyone else claims to have heard it, I'm afraid. Now I need to ascertain your location at the time of your sister's death. Where were you when you heard the maid scream? Upstairs. In my old bedroom. I see, thank you. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search of the property. The search did not turn up any items which gave me cause to suspect anyone in particular. I am curious about the murder weapon. The knife used to stab your sister in the back came from the kitchen, making the maid a suspect. However, we have established that you were also in the kitchen this evening. It is all very interesting. I will be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. While some of your behavior this evening has been peculiar, I can find no cause for my significant suspicion. Also, I must regard your father as a suspect, even though the evidence is far from conclusive. I'm slightly curious about the maid, but I doubt she was involved in this. Given the weapon that was used, obviously